What's on with celebs, pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo now. But for now, I'm local. But now I serve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud.
Yes, my people, big up yourself, big up the whole Metric community. Smash the likes in your way, you know we're always here. Daily. Let me get this thing, man. Set this thing up properly. Yeah. Now we got you get me? Start it up again. But yeah, man, big up yourself, man. Everyone inside, make sure you smash the likes. Another day, another news, man. Another Man United day where we speak about what's going on. The boy Ben Jacobs has come out and said a few things. We're going to get into that as well. But for now, big up all the guys, man. You know, it's the Munich day. Bruno Fernandes over there. A few of them, I've seen the little clips. We're going to go through it, obviously. It's when a lot of Man United players lost their life, etc. back in the day. So rest in peace to a lot of them. And yeah, man, we get into it, man. Munich air disaster. That's what happened. A broken plane, a broken dream, broken heart, a broken team. No word said, a silent vow. We loved you then, we love you now. Big up them, man. The Busbys and that. Old school. So yeah, look, even Liverpool showed their love. Sevilla showed their love. It's good to see, man, Bayern Munich. And this was a mad time, man. We lost a lot of players, etc. I think it was crazy. Even teams started giving us players and that. I remember Real Madrid gave us players at one stage. It was crazy. Busby babes and that, man. Obviously, I don't think anyone was man weren't alive for them times, but what man's heard is crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's majority of them, bro. They lost their life on the plane, which is mental. 23 people, including 8 Man United players, died in the Munich air disaster. So yeah, man. Rest in peace to them, man. 68 years ago. Never be forgotten, bro. Big them up. So we're going to get into a few of the news now, as we do every day, man. We'll get into it. The boy Ben Jacobs, he's obviously said a 1-2 things, etc. So watch this now. In the first meeting with the players, Carrick stressed the privilege and responsibilities of playing for Manchester United. The squad responded positively, especially after feeling hurt by recent comments, including Amrin's comment calling them potentially the worst in United's history. So he's obviously, he ain't going to say none of that. They are keen to avoid that legacy, etc. Remember, that was all last year stuff. And every time we think about last year, all we think about is the negative stuff. The Europa League final and all of this stuff. You get me? So it's crazy, my peoples. But we'll get into it anyway. We'll get into the rest. So we got some stuff about Mainoo. Obviously, Mainoo's new deal was looking closer and closer. Every time I come on this thing, someone keeps talking about Mainoo and a new deal. It's looking like he's going to get a deal. Obviously, he was meant to be gone. He could have more or less left if Amrin was still here. But it's a good thing that he's still here. He's kept it stern. He waited his turn. He didn't do nothing mad. I know his brother went out there with a T-shirt, etc. But now it's paying off. He's playing every game. We're back in the 4. He's in there. And he's getting a new deal. I think he's on 30K a week. They're trying to put him in the hundreds now. Lenny Euro's on 115. You can go and get something alike. You're around the same age. You get what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens, man. But big up the boy Kobbie, man, for staying patient. He didn't do no Garnacho stuff. He wasn't moving mad. He just kept it stern, and it is what it is. Obviously, that's some stuff about Munich eggs, disaster, Bruno Guimarães. We're going to get into them in a minute. Don't worry. The Newcastle players are not on the thumbnail for no reason. We're going to get into a few of them in a minute. But this is the secret midfielder now. This is what I keep telling you. Ben Jacobs, bro, he's starting to move like Indicator, bro. He sat there and said there's a secret midfielder that Man United are looking at, blah, blah, blah. Bro, man says secret midfielder. When you look at who it actually is, it's Ndidi. Ndidi, how is that a secret, bro? How is Ndidi a secret midfielder when this geezer, everyone was already talking about it? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it doesn't make sense. Who else spoke about it? Fabrizio Romano. So much people were talking about it. So there's no such way that this is secret. This is not a secret midfielder. So that's why I say this guy's moving a bit like, he's moving a bit like Indicator. I'll be real, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? He's moving a little bit like Indicator. Like, I'm starting to pray him now. I think, does this guy just talk? And even so, who even does that? Where they come out and they say, you know what? There's a secret midfielder. You'll just tell us. Fabrizio ain't got time to tell us there's a secret midfielder. Because by the time he turns his shoulder, Ornstein's already dropped it. You know what I'm saying? Them man, they get real info. So they want to rush to do it. So when he's sitting there saying secret, I'm like, this guy's moving mad, but it is what it is anyway. That's what he's come out and said. And of course, it's only Ndidi, nothing special. Who cares? But this guy, I'm putting him a bit on fraud watch, man. I don't understand why he's moving like that, man. This is not the Ben Jacobs that drops the little bombs there and there. He's moving a bit fraudy, to be honest. But that's the secret midfielder anyway. Ndidi, this is who it was. And we explored it. We looked at it. Should we bring him? But maybe because we've got 14 games left and Ugarte can hardly even get off the bench. What is the point of getting another one that's just going to sit here? We pay him my money to just sit on the bench. Maybe they're looking at it like, remember, Bruno could play their last result in the centre mid. He was playing there with Amrin's situation. So last result, even if one of them are out, Casemiro, Kobbie, we can bring in Ugarte. And if it's so bad, Bruno can drop down there or something. We've got 14 games, 14 weeks. We should be all right, hopefully. So they chose not to go and deal with that one there. And whether Carrick has a say in the signing Ndidi. Carrick's point was that he respected Ndidi, but he was always going to reintegrate Kobbie Mainoo, which has happened. But Kobbie Mainoo was already in the team before we spoke to Ndidi. But anyways, even though Casemiro is leaving at the end of the season, this is not about phasing him out. So Carrick's system now changed to a back four, has performing midfielders, and he has the ability to move Bruno Fernandes further forward. So that goes without saying, more or less. We get into some things about the expectation about the transfers, etc. Because look, every day something is changing, bro. 1 minute we're hearing be calm, it's not going to be that mad. Then we're hearing it is going to be mad. Nobody knows what's going on with this transfer situation, bro. So we just got to go off what everyone is saying. Everyone is saying we're going to spend, but Ornstein's saying it's not going to be that crazy. But Ornstein did say we want a left winger and a midfielder. So look at this. My expectation is that 2 elite midfielders will join. So we're a left wing back or a left winger and maybe a number 9 as well. So remember, Sesko, Xerxes looking like he's off. Ugarte's looking like he's off as well. But we want midfielders anyway. Look at Bruno Fernandes trending. What's he trending for? Being the best midfielder or something? It's crazy. He's just trending for no reason. So yeah, Man United are prepared to go out and attack the market to the tune in the excess of 200 million. And maybe that number can be a whole lot higher if they get Champions League football as well. And of course, if we sell, it'll be a 1 in, 1 out. So we wanted Belieber already. So that's one coming in regardless. Casemiro. If we get Champions League, Casemiro's gone. We got to replace. That's 2 midfielders regardless. And if Ugarte goes, that might even be 3. You know what I'm saying? And there's been all these talks that we might get Wharton and Belieber or Anderson and Belieber. There's some talks that we might go get one of the Premier League proven ones like a Anderson and then go abroad and get like a Stiller or someone a bit cheaper, Gumi. There's bare options. So who knows what's going to happen, but the money is definitely there. Do you know what I'm saying? And as you can see, it's looking like a 200 million at the moment, what we spend when we finish 15th with no. Imagine we get Champions League. We spent 212 million, including Lamens as well. 212. So imagine if we get Champions League now, how much we can spend. And then we get players like Xerxes leaving and Ugarte, and then the Rashford money gets confirmed. And come on, we'll have a lot of money there to spend. Left winger, obviously I'm going to show you the options in a minute. Midfielders, we know who they are. The Andersons, the Whartons, Beliebers. Left wing back, I think they stick with Dorgu and maybe they get a left winger. And if we get a left winger, Dorgu can play as a left winger or a left back. And you've got Luke Shaw there as a left back. And then left wing spot, you've got Diamande, for example, Dorgu, Cunha. So much players can play there. Mason Mount can play there as well on a drainy day. So that's the situation with that. Why has he gone back to this? I don't understand. But he says Ndidi was open to joining Man United. The club explored an option for the short-term deal in January. Man United then held talks with Carrick, who reintegrated Kobbie Mainoo. And the club decided not to do a midfield signing now. Bro, but Kobbie played from the first day. I don't understand that one there. Indeed, he's not expected to be a summer candidate, but Man United explored a loan deal with a buy option in the region of 12 million, which they considered in January. Indeed, he sadly lost his father in January, and that impacted anybody trying to push a deal due to sensitivity. Besiktas also said they wanted Indeed to stay at the club was important to them. After deliberation, Man United decided not to make a bid. So he wanted to come, but obviously unfortunate circumstances did happen as well. Rest in peace to his father, man. You understand? So we'll keep it like that. We'll talk about some managers now. So he goes on to talk about Robert De Zerbi. De Zerbi. Remember, this geezer, his stocks were high. He left Brighton. Everyone wanted him. Even when he went to Marseille, he was doing his thing. But now, because this looked a bit dark recently, I don't know if everyone still feels the same about him. Let me know what you lot think about him. But De Zerbi was relatively close to either being fired or walking away during the transfer window in January. And Marseille's president decided in the end to stick with him. But De Zerbi was quite close to saying he's done. Flash forward to the summer, my information is that De Zerbi has decided to leave then instead. So he's definitely gone in the summer. So all he can do right now is get up his brownie points, make them at the highest finish they can, maybe win a little cup or something, so he can get his stocks back up, because he got knocked out of the Champions League, which was mad in the first phase, and there's bare pony teams in there, and they were getting moved to. Club Brugge beat them 3-0, Liverpool beat them 3-0. They were getting slapped by teams that they should have kind of gave a bit more. De Zerbi is keen to come to the Premier League. Obviously, it's been said that De Zerbi and Tuchel are more or less the top chances. You get it? It was always being said that, because when you look at it, De Zerbi's got Premier League experience, Tuchel as well, etc. I don't know. I like De Zerbi, but I just don't know, man. It's so weird now, because it's like, you see how everyone is so reactionary? That's how everyone is now. So because he's been kicked out of the Champions League, it's like, yeah, no one wants him now. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's such a reactionary time. So I don't know what's going on, but I like De Zerbi. I think De Zerbi's all right. He plays good football. I just don't know if he will clash with the management though. He's a man that clashes a lot. That's his thing. He's a man that he talks his mind and he comes out and says mad stuff. So he might go out there and clash with someone, and then he only ends up doing 7 months and then leaves because etc. He wanted a player or something, and the players that he's even asked for over there, some of them are like, why would you even go for him? Do you know what I'm saying? Like Højbjerg and that. Man wanted Højbjerg from Tottenham. You know what I'm saying? Like, so his ID is a bit mad. And I know we don't recruit for the manager anymore, but it's just like he's a man, he will clash. Like, he will say he wants a specific player. He don't get that player. He starts acting up and throwing these, you know what I'm saying? These toys at the pram, etc. I remember he wanted Greenwood and all that. So I don't know what he's gonna want. And this is the Prem. You know, you get scrutinized for everything. And he ain't had a big job when you actually look at it. Marseille is definitely a step up from Brighton. But bro, for you to come out here now and coach Manchester United, it's a massive thing. So remember that, guys. So yeah, we'll see what happens with De Zerbi, man. Like, look at this geezer. Look, he's been active in the league. That's how you know they don't even rate the league themselves, because he got active. He's been in the league, bare greens, and he's lost the Champions League games, as you can see. Look at that, and then he lost this one here. This is the recent one. He lost it against Club Brugge 3-0, and they're already talking about sacking him. That's how much they don't rate the league. If this was Amarin winning in the league all the time, but just losing in Europe, we would have still been like, yeah, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Look at him. 5-1, beating Newcastle, Brest, all of that. But then in Champions League, Atlanta, lost. Sporting, lost. A lot of the Champions League losses made him bottle wet. So that's why they've said, yeah, we're getting rid of him. But bro, he's been doing all right in the league though, which is crazy. But yeah, so De Zerbi is keen to come to the Premier League anyway. So he's up there with the choices that they'll look at. But so it's all about him now, what he ends up doing from now to the end. Luis Enrique is completely fake. All that news about Enrique being available in the summer is fake, bro. Indy Kaler came out yesterday with another bomb, as he always does. I don't even take this guy serious. I saw someone that I knew retweeted it. That's it. Like, I don't even, you lot know me. You lot been watching me for ages. I don't even quote him anymore. I've gave up on him. Do you know what I'm saying? I think he just talks rubbish. So I was thinking, where does this stuff come from? And then someone retweeted it. And then I just look at this. Reliable source from France has told us that Man United officials met with his agent from his agency, blah, blah, blah. The meeting took place in Paris last week. They tried to convince Luis Enrique to reject the Paris's new contract offer. So this is where Ben Jacobs is coming from this talk here, that we've apparently met him. And we're trying to gas him up to basically turn his head to reject it, which has come out now that, listen, it's completely fake news. He's available in the summer. He's not available. He's still got 1 more year from next year. From this summer coming up, he's still going to have 1 more year. His contract runs out in 2027. So they're trying to give him a new contract on top of that. So it's gas. Don't listen to it. Don't take it serious. It is what it is. That's Luis Enrique. Keep smashing the likes, my peoples, man. I'm going to get these comments in a minute, man. Smash the likes, peoples. You know we're always here every day, man. All the Man United news. Men and women first team captains, Bruno Guimarães and Laetitia, they're both there. obviously the 68th anniversary of the Munich air disaster at Old Trafford this afternoon. So obviously he's there representing and just supporting the squad. You have got to have the captains, and I think both of the managers got to be there as well. Carrick is there, and that's Skinner. Skinner's there as well. That's the geezer in the middle, which is the women's first team coach, of course. Carrick, Andy Burnham, Edwin van der Sar, Omar Barada, Jason Wilcox, all in attendance. Ain't that my man? That's Andy Mitten, ain't it? Andy Mitten's in there as well. So there's a lot of people over there still. How did Andy Mitten get in there, bruv? That's crazy. But yeah, everyone's over there just, you get me? Every time there's something, you got to just thing, innit? Everyone's got to show up type of thing, especially the captains. So big up them anyway. So this is some talks, man, about Newcastle, man. Look, it's looking mad over there. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's coming like there's going to be some sort of exodus because they're not ambitious anymore. And the way they've gone out there and got these ambitious players, because they were getting Champions League, it seems like it's going backwards now. And even them going to get Elanga and Whisper and that now, and it's not working, it's just showing where they're going. And it said, listen to this, on Tonali, I'm not aware of Man United entering the race at this stage. They'll be looking for a player in that profile. We know that Elliot Anderson is kind of top choice in all positions for the summer, and he has the advantage of being able to play as a 6 or an 8. So Elliot Anderson's the #1 target. That's who we know. That's who we know is our top targets for the 3 main ones, which is Wharton, Anderson, and Belieber. And they are 3 top targets. Why? Because they're all young. So they can be here for a decade. Then we want someone next to them. That person don't have to be as young as them, 21, 22s. He can be a 25. You saw what we've done with Cunha and Mbumo. We want 2 midfielders. Tonali has offered himself to Arsenal. Ornstein's come out and said, bro, I don't know what's going on. Fabrizio came out yesterday and said, yo, I don't know what's going on with Tonali in the summer. Right now, he wasn't going to leave in January, but the summer, it could get a bit peak where he wants to go. Tonali, that's one of their big dogs. If they, man like that start leaving, what do you think happens? Tonali leaves, Bruno G, boom, boom. It's just going to cause Newcastle to collapse. All they'll be able to attract is players, more or less in the Prem, maybe getting relegated, or players in the Prem that no one else really wants, like the big teams, because no one wants to go to Newcastle anyway. So you've got that cry, and then on top of that, they've got to offer a bit more, and they don't want to offer a bit more. Their wage is kind of strict, etc. So it looks like it's a little exodus, but obviously we know what's going on with Anderson. Anderson is the #1 target. He's been the #1 target, but Man City are in the race with him, and that's what's killing us. He ain't made up his mind yet. There's talks about it all. There's a lot of talks about Anderson. Who is he gonna go to? He ain't made up his mind yet because he's saying, listen, Pep, I don't know, Pep's gonna leave, and Man United ain't got a manager. It's both of the Man United club, both of the Manchester clubs that want me, but how can I choose one of them to go to if I don't know who the manager's gonna be? So that's where his situation's at. So he's sitting there, he's confused at the moment. So he doesn't know. And Tonali, bro, he seems fed up. But the Newcastle fans feel a bit violated, I'll be real, because this guy came, went on a betting ban for 10 months, and he come back, and then now he's trying to leave. Come on, he's trying to get out of there, which is crazy. So we'll see, man. So that's that. And then we got Bruno G now. You know me? Every single one of them on the thumbnail, when you see them, you know there's something going on. I don't do this thumbnail thing for free. I'm not out here lying to you lot. You lot know my thing if you're part of the Metric community. Smash the likes, peoples. With Bruno G, my understanding is there's a kind of verbal agreement in place for 80 million for a Champions League club. Newcastle would engage. 80 million. 80 million for Bruno G. I'm still told that if somebody is to move for Bruno G within England, it's more likely to be Man City than Man United. And City will likely be in a conversation for Elliot Anderson as well. So think about it then. Is it Elliot Anderson or Boss? Because you can't go for both of them. That wouldn't make any sense with the players you got. You've already got Nico G and Rodri in that position. So to go for one of them, it's already still putting them at edge. Like, raw, this is mad. Like, for them to even come there and fight for their place. But imagine going for 2. You're not going to go for both. That's not going to make any sense. So if you look at their squad, Man City, and you just go to the midfield alone, and you can see, look, they got Kovacic, Nico. I forgot about Kovacic. I just sat here and said different names. Kovacic, Nico Gonzalez, and Rodri. That's 3 DMs already. So that's Bruno G's position and Anderson. So for you to even go over there as an Anderson or a Bruno G, you're fighting with them for 3. You're fighting with them 3 already. You're already saying, yeah, Rodri, Nico G and Kovacic, I'll fight with one of you lot, no problem. But even if they say, you know what, you're going to play with Rodri, no problem. You still got to look out for Bernardo Silva, who plays in the middle, Reinders, and then, who else? Foden plays a bit in the middle as well when they play with the two, etc. They've still a few options. Cherky, he's more of a 10, etc. But still, do you know what I'm saying? So you still got options that you have to deal with, where you might not play every game. That's the situation with Bruno G and Anderson. Anderson's got to look at that. And that's why I keep telling you that it's good what happened with Casemiro, because Casemiro basically went out there, told the world, I'm leaving. So that helps him. And then it helps us because now Anderson, if we go to him and say, yo, bro, we want you. You're our number one starter. He don't have to be sitting there thinking, are they lying? Are they gassing me up? He knows Casemiro's leaving. It's done. It's simple as that. But if it's Man City, they're going to have to say, yo, we want you. But listen, Kovacic is probably going to leave. We're trying to sell him. That's all headache. We're trying to sell Kovacic, but you still got Nico G. You still got Rodri, the Ballon d'Or winner. Where do I play? Where do I fit in? Do I get 30 minutes a game? How is it going to be? Etc. So it is where it is. So I don't know. It's a weird one, isn't it? Where he wants to go. But if Anderson doesn't go to Manchester City, they've got Bruno G. And Bruno G, same thing. So would it be vice versa? If they take Anderson, we say, you know what? We'll take Bruno G. And then go get Belieber. You know what I'm saying? 2 certified midfielders. Either way, bro, I'm happy with whatever one. If we was to get Bruno G, bro, he's a baller. Yeah? He's a baller. A lot of people talk about pace. I don't even care about pace anymore, bro. When I'm watching some of these DMs, I watch Aston Villa's midfield and they ain't got no pace in there. And I'm like, bro, it doesn't even matter that much. Like, you got to be doing what you got to do. Bruno G is a baller. Look at this geezer. Since December, look at from December to November. Why is he playing in Senegal for? Is that for Brazil? Yeah. Look at that. In the greens. He's always carrying them. Obviously, the last 10 games, he hasn't been a bit half of half. But, brother, he's carrying them. Look at that. 10 games before that. He's always shows up. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He shows up, bro. Big up the boy, Bruno Guimarães, man. He's definitely a star over there. 28 years old. Would any of us do that 28-year-old thing, though? That's where you got to look at it. You know, we went for Cunha and then Bumo. I think Cunha was 26, 27, max. But I don't know if we end up going for him if he's 28. But, boy, just the fact that he's in the conversations and you can see the type of players we're looking at, I'm cool with that alone. That's how you got to look at it. So we'll see, man. But Bruno G, 80 million for a Champions League club. So if we get Champions League, we can talk. We can chat to these sort of guys. These are the guys we're looking at. Not no more Rabiot, not no more Arnautovic. These stupid guys, nah. Bruno G, Andersons. So we'll move on. Keep smashing the likes, getting these comments. I'm going to get them in a sec. This is the Luis Enrique stuff. Behind the scenes, he can be quite pushy and insist on being his way. He can push back against these wide collaborations and traditional models that have many voices. So if Man United were to go in that direction, they'll have to steal him away from PSG, and they will have to be sure he was a fit. And I'm sure if the model Man United are trying to build, that they would necessarily see the PSG boss as the right fit. Unless after all this turmoil and all this changing of minds, Dan Ashworth, Amrin and Ten Hag coming and going, they turn around and they go, the model was wrong. So you've got to come in and be head coach. And he's doing a lot of things behind the scenes. So would it work? Is what he's asking anyway about Enrique. So there's nothing solidified about it anyway. Like he's saying, he's just giving us his opinion. But there's nothing solidified. There's nothing that's saying, yeah, 100% he would boom, boom, but we don't know, man. No one knows, man. And what's being said as well a lot is, when it comes to managers, a lot of the managers we want are in the World Cup. So the last thing that they will want is like Carlos Ancelotti. He's Brazil. Tuchel. He's England, of course. They put Poch on the list. I don't know why Poch is on the list, but he's doing with America. The last thing that's going to come out, yo, this guy is the number one. And then go to the World Cup, because the amount of noise that's going to be going around is crazy. Let's just say Tuchel comes out to be the number one coach. He's our number one contender for the manager. And he goes to the World Cup and they flop. Every time they flop, they're going to say his head was at Man United. He was already thinking about Man United, etc. So if any rumors come out about Tuchel and Man United now, and it's solidified, they know it can affect everyone. And that's what everyone's going to pin on him. Let's just say we flopped in the round of 16. We went out to someone. don't say, oh, my man's mind's at United. And remember, he can lose. Everyone goes back to chill, go on their holiday. Tuchel starts Man United 2 weeks later. And I say he didn't care about us as an England. He didn't care about us. He just wanted to go for the Man United job. So that's why a lot of them, it's not going to come out before anyway, because it's going to be too much noise and it's going to affect him. So we don't know what's going on, man. We're going to have to see. Left wingers now. So you've seen the Tonali stuff already. You've seen the Bruno Guimarães. Now we got the boy Gordon. Look at this, Ben Jacobs. And he goes on to say on left wing targets, there's appreciation for Yandi Amande, who's a very versatile player. Leipzig are kind of grandstanding at the moment, saying that 100 million sell, 100 million euros, which is about 85 million in pounds. So they're going mad with that one there at the moment. They're not dropping it, which is only right. It's January. Not everyone you got to overpay in January. When it gets to the summer, there's talks that money will drop. Man United really like Anthony Gordon as well as a potential option, especially knowing that the player actually relishes the chance to have more game time through the centre as a number 9. So like in Mbeumo, we've got number 9s, and Mbeumo's a right winger, but he can play as a number 9. So does Anthony Gordon. He plays that sometimes, especially when they play the big games. He's done it against Liverpool and a couple of games before. I don't think I've ever seen him play Gordon as a number 9 and actually win, to be honest. Every time I see him as a number 9, he gets red carded or he got injured the other day. So I don't know if it actually works with Eddie Howe, but he's a man that could play there. So he can play in different positions. He's versatile, etc. So we'll see. But, well, I don't mind Anthony Gordon, but they're dissing him. The Newcastle fans are dissing him for some reason. They're onto him. I think he went like 10 games without a goal or something. They kept dissing him, and he went down the other day with a hamstring. But what happened was he went down with a hamstring on his left leg or something like that. And then when he was walking and moving like he's injured, he was holding his right leg. So they were onto him. This is what I'm saying. They're proper, these Newcastle fans, the way they're onto him, they're saying, bro, he's rubbish, sell him. Bro, it's crazy. So I don't know, man. Like if them fans are onto him like that, something might be going wrong, but it's not even that serious. And if you look at the news that's come out since then, it literally says that his hamstring ain't that serious. He might be able to play. Look, Bruno Guimarães trained on Wednesday, and Eddie Howe hopeful he'll be fit for Brentford. Anthony Gordon hamstring hopeful, not serious, but every chance he misses tomorrow. How can it not be serious? He went down with a hamstring. So they're trying to say that he lied, and every time he plays big teams, he goes missing. This is the Newcastle fans. They said that he goes missing. He went like, I think it was like 10 games without a goal or something embarrassing. And he picked up, he got up, he was holding his left leg, and then when he's walking, he was holding his right leg or something like that. So they're onto him. They're not praying him out. I wouldn't mind Anthony Gordon on one of the wings. Remember, we play more attacking, counter-attack. We've got it more for me where he will have way more chance, etc. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, man, that's just another option, isn't it? We know that Diamande's our main target at now. But of course, he's a Liverpool fan. And of course, if Liverpool enter the race, which I'm sure I've heard, I'm seeing sort of articles saying that Liverpool could be in the race soon, then we're not getting Diamande, bro. And especially if they keep it as 85 million, forget about it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's not going to happen. So that's the situation with the boy Anthony Gordon, man. He's okay, man. He's okay. And he was at Everton. No one really rated him. I didn't really rate him, to be honest. And as soon as he moved to Newcastle and kind of suited that counter-attack type of football, it was dope. You can see that that's where he's made his name. So it is where it is, man. We'll see what happens, man. But these are the 2 targets for left wing. Remember, Njai's in that list as well. His name's been thrown about in the last couple of days. So he's a left winger. So everyone we're getting linked with in this position is ballers. And you got to remember, we'll have Dorgu in a position where he's a left back, but last resort, he can step up as a left winger. It's not bad. So to have like a Gordon on the left, and then you want to bench him and put on Dorgu, or you want to put Ahmad over there. Like, we've got so much players that are versatile. It will be so scary that you wouldn't know who to step. Who would you stop? You know what I'm saying? Who would you stop, bro? And this is the problem, and this is what I tell people all the time. When I used to play, I wish I used to play, but we used to play like Arsenal, I would be in my bedrooms that are Arsenal fans. And they'll be like, I'm not scared of no one. The only people I'm scared of is Bruno. And then Bruno will score a free kick. And then we'll play them again. They'll be like, I'm not scared of none of them. The only guy I'm scared of is Ahmad. We only used to have 2 scary players, Ahmad and Bruno. That's it. Hoyland never scared no one. Garnacho, Xerxes, none of these guys were scary, bro. Anthony's and that, like. So now we're kind of building up a squad now, finally, that you don't know where it's going to come from, bro. Sesko's getting on form. You got Ahmad on the wing. Mbumo's on another wing. Cunha's coming off the bench. Bruno Fernandes, the best midfielder right now in the world. You got the set pieces. You got Maguire. Casemiro, like, you just don't have a clue where it's going to come from. You have Dorgu in left back and have a Gordon up. Bro, it's crazy. It's too much. And that's how we got to have a squad. And that's when you go and win things, when you're scary all over the pitch. You don't know what to stop. How can you train someone to stop this team where you're going to have to just sit back because you're going to say, bro, there's too much threats. It's too crazy. So it is what it is. Look at Gordon, though, what he's been keeping up with. Look, he's got 1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals, 1 assist in his last 10 games. Majority of them's in the Prem, 2 in Carabao Cup. Yeah, so 3 goals, 1 assist. 10 games before that, he got 1 assist against Chelsea, 1 goal, 1 assist against Bayer Leverkusen, 1 goal against Burnley. So not that much, but there was a time where he had nothing going on. I think it's this time here. He didn't really have anything going on, and they were onto him, literally, in the Prem. They said he hasn't done, oh yeah, it is here, look. If you look at what's going on here, that's just crazy. Look at all of these goals. All these goals are in like Champions League or something. So the season started on the 16th of August, yeah? 16th of August is when the season started, as you can see here, look. Nothing. He gets 1 goal against Barcelona, so still 0 in the Prem. We're talking about the Premier League. And then we move on to the next month. And then he plays Champions League, he scores 2. Latvia for England, he scores 1. Benfica, he scores 1, assists 1. Nothing in the Prem. This whole 20 games, that is about 17 games, nothing. So this is what they were talking about. Remember, I said they were saying he went like 15 games or something. So nothing in the Prem. And then we move on to this one. And then he gets his first goal of the season on the 2nd of December against Tottenham. And then he scores 3 games in a row. But yeah, 2 of them. 2 of them's in the Prem. So he's only got two goals in the Prem. Yeah, this is FA Cup. This is PSV. This is the Prem. 3 goals. He's got 3 goals in the Premier League this season. Anthony Gordon. There you go. I could have just looked at this. I'm an idiot. Look at me. I've done all of that. But he's only got 3 goals, 1 assist in the Prem. And he started 17 and he's had 19 matches. But, bro, it might be the system, bro. It might be the way they play, man. And they got the worst away record in the league. There's no team that's got the worst away record. I don't think there's any team that's got a worse one. Maybe Burnley and Wolves or something. But any other team, look at them away. Just look at that. We're just going to focus on away. So it might just be a thing where look at them away. No wins, yeah? Bam. We get here. We're just going to look at them away. Against Wolves, 0-0. Bournemouth, they end up winning by penalties. Yeah, but that's at home anyway. But cool, we've got to look at this side. When Newcastle's here, away, they beat Burnley and they beat Everton. That's the only 2 teams they've beat in the league. Man United lost. Where's the next ones? Look at that. Sunderland lost. Leverkusen 2-2. Burnley, no, that's at home. Away, look at that. They're shit at away. They've won 2 games. So it might be their system, bro. It might be something to do with Eddie Howe. But we'll see, man. We'll see, man. We'll see what happens. Obviously, we still got some time. But if they don't look like they're going to get any sort of Europe, bro, and if they don't get any sort of Europe, these players, people start coming in for them, they're going to want to go. Simple as that. They got Europe this year, and Isaac still wanted to cut. So get me out of here, please. And they got Champions League. So imagine if they don't get that now. And they're already dissing Walter Maid. They're saying this guy's a bum. He hasn't scored in his last 12 games, apart from an own goal against their main ops, Sunderland. They're dissing Wissa. They were dissing Elanga until we got his first goal the other day. But even that's his first goal. He hasn't even scored in the Prem. They're very toxic. I thought we were bad. They're getting frustrated, if anything. So, yeah, man, we'll see what happens, man. But Yan Diamande, he seems like he's the main guy. He's number 1. But if we can't get him, we got Gordon and then we got Njai. Either way, it seems like it's going to be a fast winger that's got a bit of trickery to them. And, yeah, it is what it is. We'll see. So that's that, man. We'll get that out of the way. I'll get a few of these comments and then we'll get into the rest of the news. But this is just what Ben Jacobs said, of course. I've still got news for you lot, etc. So let's smash the likes, my peoples, man. Hello, everybody. Big up yourself, man, Kai, man. I hope you're good, bro. What's good, bro? We're there, man. Metric community. Big up yourself. Smash the likes, peoples, man. Yes, game. I hope you're good. The Zerbi might go to City now, innit? Weird one. He could. He could go to City. City, I don't know who's in their thing. I've seen Alonso's in their list. Remember, they got Maresca, who they was already talking to. Ornstein already came and dropped the bomb. Maresca, they've been chatting to him, and he seems like he's the man that's going to go there. So I reckon they just keep it easy and they just go for Maresca. He's highly rated. He was there with Pep. He done good things for Chelsea, won them 2 trophies. Do you know what I'm saying? Even though the trophies weren't the maddest, but I reckon that's the easiest choice they go for is Maresca. If they can go for Nagelsmann after the World Cup, they probably do that, but I reckon they just keep it easy, bro. Maresca's already worked with them. You know what I'm saying? And he's not in a club. So you just pick up the phone. Yo, where you at, bro? Bam. Yeah, come true. They've already spoke twice. And Chelsea know about it as well. Both times that they spoke. So yeah, I reckon they just go for Maresca, keep it nice and sweet. And then yeah, that's them. I don't think they go for the Zerbi. I don't think they'll take the chance. But obviously, Ornstein dropped the bomb and told us Maresca is more or less the guy that they want. So we'll see. Mitch, what is your score prediction for tomorrow? Bro, they've got Van der Ven back. For those that don't know, they've got Van der Ven back. Romero's back. Jed Spence might be back as well. So they've got majority of their players back. Not majority, because they've still got way more injuries than I'm saying. But they've got their main centre-backs back. So I don't know, man. It's a weird one. But then again, they did get mashed up by a lot of teams when they had all these guys. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm sure Van der Ven was at the Burnley game when they needed a last-minute goal to get that one there. So I don't know, man. It's a bit of a weird one still. So I feel like we should beat them. I don't know if it's going to be close or not. So look, as you can see from here, it says the team news for Man United. And this is from my man's press conference. Van der Ven and Romero are back, and Jed Spence is touch and go. They're not sure. So either way, Van der Ven shouldn't play 90 minutes because he was injured and he missed a game or two. But that's their main 2 centre-backs, man. And they might play a back 3 as well. So I don't know. Remember, they're not really comfortable in that position, but it's still something different. You get it? So it might still stop us from doing a lot of things. So it is what it is. Let me press this thing. So yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. But I'm going to go 3-1. I'm going to say 3-1. I might even do a little watch-along still. You know me, I usually come on straight after the game, live match reaction. But I might do a little watch-along. Maybe even after half-time, I might come on here. We'll see how it goes. Big up Metric. Big up yourself. Imagine he rejected Casemiro, outplaying both Rodri and Ballon d'Or. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And he's meant to be done, isn't it? I'd hate if Tuchel becomes a manager, don't want him in the job. My thing with Tuchel is his best position is a back 3, ain't it? He got all of these glory and he won with Chelsea, Champions League, etc. was a back 3. And you can see how that back 3 is going in the Prem and how they scrutinize it. How they ripped Ruben apart with that back 3 talk. So I just can't see how he will go and play. We will get someone that basically plays a back 3. And that's the same reasons that everyone ruled out thing. Look at that. Fabrizio Bomba, you can call it. Leipzig winger Yan Diamande are signed today with Rock Nation Sports International as new agency. Important decision ahead of summer transfer window with several top clubs keen. See? That's what more or less happens. When you're ready for a transfer, you usually get a new agent. I don't know why they always do that. They always change their agency just to get them a transfer, to get them the best transfer they can and then cut. So that's the boy, Yan Diamande. He's getting out of there. Crazy. Remember, PSG's in the race for him. We're in the race. Tottenham and maybe Liverpool. We will remember them. Munich, remember it's the year. Trust me, man. I'm always afraid of early kickoffs right now in the carrot rule. 2-0 up in the first half tomorrow. Gordon, bad man. You rate Gordon, yeah? How system is done. These boys have given up on the Newcastle thing. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people rate it, man. I'll be real. Big up, Mitch. Big up yourself, David, man. I hope you're good. Who did you play for? Me, I played for Rangers, man. I didn't make it for United, though. Play for Rangers, man. Cat. Yeah, I saw that, man. I saw something about it. I'm going to talk about it on my 10-minute update later. I don't want to get into some stupidness. But the Glazers apparently have done something. So I don't even know. Well, I'll get into that later. I thought, you know what? Let me come on. We talk about the news. And then after I come off, I'll have time to actually research everything properly. And in my 10-minute update, I'll talk about that quickly. Glazers out, of course, every time. Normality. Go and get me Elise from Bayern Munich. He can play left wing. Yeah, I don't think we get him, though. I don't think he leaves there for anyone. Yeah, unless you go and give them some mad money. I don't know why Spurs, they give me... Bro, they beat us 4 times. They're boasting about it. They're literally boasting about it, like. So, It is scary. Spurs are scary. I'll be real, because they're just so weird that they will turn up against Man United and Man City and then they'll just go back to being shit. Literally. They will lose to every big team. Chelsea always spank them. Every time. Arsenal take the piss out of them. But the only two teams that they always build up something for is Manchester City and Man United. The only two teams. No matter how shit they are. They'll just rise up for them 2 games and that's it. Bournemouth went 12 games without a win. Met Spurs. Perfect, bro. Semenyo, you're going to City tomorrow. We'll give you a goal, bro. Go on. Go get your goal and then you can leave. They were Dr. Tottenham. They're helping teams out. Teams that have got no points. You know what I'm saying? They needed a last-minute winner, last-minute goal to help them draw with Wolves at home. Wolves, before they even had a win, 20 games in. Then they needed a last-minute goal to draw with Burnley. Burnley, we gave them 30 shots, bro. Like 5 shots cleared off the line. Like, but they will come Old Trafford tomorrow and just be on some smoke. It's crazy, bro. But look at that. Man United haven't beaten Tottenham in 3 years and 4 months. That's how long we haven't beaten them. Not even at home. Forget home. They're talking about in general. 3 years, 4 months. They're taking the piss, bro, which is crazy. But I would say 3-1. I think we give them 3 goals and they'll probably get 1. I think we both score in the first half and then you get it. We go crazy. But yeah, bro, the last time we beat them, I'll show you that now, is 2022. And I remember it was 2-0 up at their ground. Sancho and Rashford, I think it was. And then they came back 2-2. Like, we've always, and then Bruno missed the sitter. Bro, we've always unfortunate with them, man. Always. Look at the way we was moving to them this year. Look at that. The last time we beat them was here. Look at that. This little period. We were smashing them in. Look at this period here. So Jose Mourinho, 6-1 when Martial got sent off, 6-1. And then look at these 4. We were onto them. 3-1. Ronaldo hat-trick. 3-2. The last time was the 2-0 at home when Ronaldo, we told him to come on and he said no. Eric Ten Hag. And then since then, 2-2, 2-0, 2-2, 3-0. Bro, they've just been spanking us, bro. 4 times last season, bro. If there's one team we have to smack up and I need us to smack, it's these lot. You understand? But one thing about them as well, they're very rubbish at home, which is weird. I think they've got one of the best records away. When it comes to away, they've got a good record. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't really count the thing games, the Europe games, because Europe, I find everyone out of Europe shit, apart from Prem teams. I don't really count the Europe games, but look at them away. They lost to Bournemouth, cool. Brentford 0-0, beat Crystal Palace 1-0. At home, it's so toxic over there that they can't handle it. Look, 2-2 away from home. They came back from 2 goals down. Where else did they turn up away? Where else? Everton 3-0 at their own away. They beat Leeds away. Do you know what I'm saying? So they've got a few under their belt. Remember they beat City? Was it City? Where did they play City? Was that at Etihad when they first beat them? Yeah, look at that. Second game of the season, they went Etihad and beat them 2-0. And then look at how they've been since then. They've been trash. They took look, next game lost to Bournemouth. It's crazy, bro. This team is so inconsistent, but they just turn up for 1-2 games and then they go back to being shit. They could beat us and then lose their next 4 or 5 games, literally. And you just look at them and go, they're shit. But for us, they always turn up, which is crazy. So we'll see, but we got to watch out for them. And they're boasting about it as well. We got to shut this down. You know what I'm saying? We have Frank, Dragusin, they'll definitely beating us. Another record Frank will break. Blah, blah, blah. If they don't beat us tomorrow, they never will. That ends tomorrow. They're very negative. Look, that ends tomorrow. They're very negative. They're very negative. And look at this geezer. He's trying to be cheeky. Unbeaten. We'll see, bro. We'll see. But that's how Tottenham fans are feeling. So we've got to change that one there. Because, bro, there's no way I'm losing to these guys again. There's too much times. Too much time I've lost to them. What's this now? Minnesota United. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. What's your front three? Let me ask you lot then. What's your lot's front three tomorrow? With Dogu and Mount out, who would you go with? Cunha on the left, Sesko up top, and then Mbumo? Or would you go with Cunha on the left, Mbumo up top, and Ahmad? Remember, they got Van der Ven, Romero. They've been playing a back three. The last time they played, they had to go back three against City, and they had Gallagher in defence because they got so much injuries. All their defenders are injured. Ben Davis, etc. So how would you look go? And this is how they went last time. If you can see, this is how they played last time. Look at that. Dragusin, he had us ultimate stinker, literally. Romero, he's called out the board so much times and they still don't care. He's calling them out, bro, and they're not even punishing him. Imagine you calling out the board and they're not even punishing you, bro. And they're asking Frank in the interviews, is Romero getting any, what's going on with him? He's calling everyone out and they're saying, we dealt with it internally. But cool. Romero's ready and that Polina basically changing with Van de Ven. So let's just say Van de Ven, or Dragosoon will probably get dropped. So Van de Ven, Romero and Polina. That just seems like a yellow card. Romero and Gallagher, Romero, Gallagher and Paulina just seem like yellow cards to me. Literally. I can just see us getting something out of there. And we've got so much trickery with Mbumo, Ahmad, trickery galore, especially if Cunha's over there as well. So it is what it is. Solanke's feeling himself. Even though one of them goals should have got ruled out, he's kind of feeling himself at the moment. So he's coming into this game with a bit of confidence as well. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So we'll see, man. We're going to have to see what happens. But my thing is, if we never beat them now, we ain't ever going to beat them for real. Because, bro, it's nuts, bro. How much times are we going to play them? You can't lose to them 4 times. And that's a record, by the way. Losing to a club 4 times in one season. That's never happened. So we got to look out for it, man. Let me show you some more news anyway. What's that there? I'm going to show you some more news. Look, everywhere they're talking about it. When Spurs completed the double over Man United last season. So remember, the first game, we got 3-0 and Bruno got sent off. Even though they battered us. They battered us that whole game. And then I think it was 1-0 to them. Van de Ven done that run where he ran through the whole team, past it, and Johnson back post. And then Bruno got sent off and it was never a red card. And it got rescinded after the game. They said, yeah, sorry. And then they ended up scoring 2 goals after that. And then obviously they beat us 1-0 at their ground when Maddison scored. So, bro, they're just boasting about it, bro. We need to shut this down. This has been going on for way too long. We need to shut this down where they can't talk like this. I remember a lot of teams that beat us last season, they can't talk like that no more. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Arsenal beat us last season. Move to them. Man City, all of these teams. Yeah, you beat us at home. Look, we gave you some. So let's go with the same flow, man. And Tottenham, they might sit off us. They might not, though. Because they're a bit weird. You don't know how they're going to play. Are they going to play where they try and break us down and then we could just counter-attack? Or would they be smarter than that? Brentford. Remember, you got to look at how Brentford played. That's how Thomas Frank is, isn't it? Would they just sit back and try counter-attack us? Do you know what I'm saying? It's a bit of a weird one still. So I don't know what's going to happen, but it is where it is. We'll see. So cool. Let's show you a few more of the news of stuff that's happened, obviously, with the last thing. Like I said about Romero, this geezer, every time Thomas Frank was asked in the press conference if Romero had been fined or punished, he would only say, I can confirm that we have dealt with everything internally. This geezer's running his mouth, dissing the whole club every minute, dissing the thing, saying it's a disgrace. And it's cool. It's fine. He runs Tottenham. That's how much they know they're just weak-boned over there. He shouldn't be playing this game. They should have said to him, yo, you've got to sit this one out. You went mad. We're going to fine you something. Nothing. Like Thomas Frank as well, just nothing. So as you can see, Romero, Van de Ven are back. Yeah, so they're going to be there anyway. Obviously, this came out last night. Both Avram and Joe Glazer have voiced their concerns internally at commercial performance within Man United. So this is money situation behind the scenes. They're voicing their concerns because their money is not money. And then at this time, they finally come out and start speaking. This is what they do. This is all they care about. If it's not money, we don't care. If it's not money, don't phone our phone. That's what they're basically on. Idiots. And now there's talk that they've just bidded for some cricket thing or something. We got linked to this geezer, Akiliochi. This is who Tottenham were looking at, for example. Tottenham wanted him. That's what's crazy. Tottenham was really in for him, and then they never ended up bidding for him for some reason. They just gave it up. So I don't know, but I've watched the 1-2 comp of him. I don't think he looks so that, but like I said, comps are deceiving. So I know that. I watched the comp of him. He looked okay. He didn't look nothing special, but I don't take comps serious, bro. I was watching comps when we got linked with Anthony, Hoyland, Onana. I was gassed. Ugarte. All you see is the good bits. You don't see the bad bits. So I'd rather just watch someone for 90 minutes. So I don't know him. If you don't know him, let me know in the comments. Becky Tasha interested in Leeds. Goalkeeper. What's his name? Messilia, whatever it is. Messilia. And Man United's buying there. And apparently their transfer window ends today, which is Friday. So who knows? Are they going to do something late Would we let Bayende go? I don't even think we'll let Bayende go, just in case Lamens, etc. They're trying to put out this stat about Garnacho's got more games, goal contributions than all of our team, blah, 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 which is crazy because they've missed out. Look at that. He doesn't have more 26 contributions than the following. Bruno, Cunha was injured in January, but still. So all they've done was just use their little thing. And they've added him playing Charlton, playing in competitions that we're not in, like Champions League, of course, etc. So, of course, they're trying to, like, cope to say, look, he's even got more than them, but no problem. He's got more than them. Keep him. We're happy. You keep him still then. What are you complaining about then? If he's got more than them, then you keep him. Do you know what I'm saying? They're in bare cups. They're in 4 competitions, 3 now. And you're trying to throw a little narrative around. It is what it is. This is the same buying their stuff. Friday, the February the 6th, which is today, is when their window ends. So they might come for something late, but I think they'll get shut down. There's no way we let buying their go, knowing that we've only got Lamens. Which is my man just letting us not, reminding them how long Garnacho is there for. 7-year deal. This is what they do over there in Chelsea. So they've got a huge problem. Is what it is. And then Casemiro, this come out today. Casemiro, who has always placed a high value on the need to be respected, thanked Michael Carrick and said that he was feeling like a footballer again. And you saw my man jumped on his back the first game against Man City, blood. Man's jumping on his back and all of that. You man known him for 5 minutes. You know what I'm trying to say? So you can tell he feels like, yeah, I'm back in my best position. I've got someone next to me. I'm not on a hill by myself. He loves playing with Mainoo. Mainoo loves playing with him. Perfect. So he's feeling himself again. You never know, Casemiro. He might turn around and just get a new deal, you know. I swear to you. He's moving mad. Drop his wage or something. And then you got Steve Holland told United squad that he would be fair with all of them. But he expected hard work. And anybody who didn't fulfill their side of the bargain would be sent back in. And then he gave them homework clips to study on their phone after one of the early sessions. So he's putting in his work. United are hopeful, obviously, to get this Kobbie Mainoo deal over the line. He's only on 30k a week. We're trying to get him in the hundreds. Lenny Euro's on 115. You can get at least 120, bro. Same age, cool off. And you'll be happy with that. Get us a few more years. Look at that. Man United's first attacking target last summer was Delap. Obviously, we all know that Jason Wilcox was with him. Blah, blah, blah. So Jason Wilcox wanted him. United ended up spending 36 million more than planned on Sesko, and sources now feel like they dodged a major transfer bullet. So now we're like, ooh, we went mad that time there. You know what I'm saying? What was we thinking? We were drunk. Now they're looking at it and saying, this is crazy. Look, Walter Maid's even trending. I keep telling you, these Newcastle fans, they're going for a crisis, bro. Every time I see them, they're dissing one of their players, ripping them apart, dissing Eddie Howe. It's crisis mode over there. So it's mad. But we'll see that in a minute. Look at the way Bruno Fernandes, he's on another level this season. Look at that. Assist, 12. The next person next to him, Cherky on 7. So he's more or less won the assist of the... It's just if he can break the record and get more than 20. Chances created, 68. Who's next to him? Declan Rice with 44. Big chances created, 16. Who's next to him? Cherky with 12. Key passes, 54. Who's next to him? Wirtz with 40. And then he's got through balls attempted, 21. The closest person to him is Guimarães with 18. People are forgetting what's going on here. Bruno Fernandes has only been back in his position for probably the last 5 games, if we include Burnley and Brighton, where Darren Fletcher was in there. So for 5 games, and including the Man City, Arsenal, and Fulham, 5 games is all he's been back in his position for. And he's done that. We've already played, what? We've got 14 games left. So we've already played about 26 or something, or 24 or whatever it is. So think about that. Imagine the other 19 games he's been playing from out of position and he's still got these sort of numbers. It's crazy. 19, 18 games he's been playing. Imagine you put him in that same position he's in now for them. He would have broke the record already. Let's be real now. It's crazy. He's got better attackers. No Weghorst, no Igalo, no Hoyland, no scrubs up front, bro. Garnachos and that, where you're... Nah. People are burying their chances now. It's crazy. So that's that. Big up the way, Bruno. Look at that. So this came out already from Tier 1 in Midlands. Tom Colonesi, whatever his name is. So it came out ages ago. But now there's more talks coming out about it. Man United have added Murillo to their shortlist ahead of the summer window if the club are closely monitoring him as a planned defensive reinforcement if Harry Maguire leaves. So this was already out there by the Tier 1 of the Midlands News, who I always follow for Anderson News, but he ended up adding, yo, if Maguire leaves, Man United are in for Murillo. So now that's another source now saying it. So it's seeming like it might happen. And he's a baller. He's good in the air as well when he's fast. That's one thing he gets over Harry Maguire is the speed. So big up the way Murillo. We'll see in it. Hopefully, yeah, we'll see what happens, bro. We'll see what happens. And then we move on from that. And then we got, this is what I was just telling you about. I said 30K. I've gone mad. So we're opening up talks. He's on 25K per week, but now he'll be offered a 6-figure weekly wage. So what they're saying is 100K. You'll be on 100K, 120, 130. I don't know. Huge pay rise. Obviously, Napoli, blah, blah, blah. Amrin Sakin has made a U-turn. We all know that. So yeah, big up the way Mainoo. He's worked for it, man. It's good on him. And then look, this is just more on it that Man United are happy. And when you look at the difference anyway, look at that. 5 goals, 1 assist for Sesko. And then you got Delap. Safe. Obviously, Delap has played less minutes because he gets himself sent off every other game and he's been injured. But still, if you look at appearances, and you've got to remember, a lot of them Sesko ones, he has been off the bench as well. Think about how much he's came off the bench and then he's had to do things, etc. You know what I'm saying? Even when you think about the other day, that was off the bench against Fulham. Secret midfielder was obviously the boy and Ndidi. Why did Ben Jacobs stretch this out like it was anything special? No one knows. When Fabrizio was already telling us about this guy, Man United have been offered Ndidi, etc. Ben Jacobs made it seem like it was some geezer we didn't know, but it is what it is. It's just, I feel like my man's moving like Indy Kalen now. This is what I just showed you. Tottenham, Man United haven't beaten Tottenham in 3 years, 4 months. We have to break that. Blah, blah, blah. Anthony Gordon. Look at that. Anton Semenyo has added Dorgu into his Premier League season. Oh, okay, so Semenyo's added him in there himself. So this is his Premier League team of the season. Obviously, Cherky's his teammate. He's going to add him in there. But everybody knows that should be Bruno Fernandes. Doku, come on. What are we doing here? He hasn't even played with Doku yet. Doku's been injured like that. Come on, man. So, yeah, Jimenez. No one will put Jimenez in there. Obviously, he's a Bournemouth player. He just came from Bournemouth. You can see what he's doing. So it is where it is. But big up, though, for the Dorgu one, though. I appreciate that. And then, yeah, we got the thing about the cricket thing. So that's more or less all the news, my peoples, man. There's nothing really going on. I'll skim through what we saw about Ben Jacobs for everyone that's just come in the chat quickly. Obviously, the Munich air disaster as well. It happened today, and the captains over there, Bruno Fernandes, Carrick, Skinner, who's obviously the manager for the women's team, and then the captain, Leticia, as well. Never be forgetting, man. Rest in peace to the Busby babes, etc. And then we got, I'll just skim through what basically Ben Jacobs said. He told us about my man, the secret signing. Speaks about the left wing position. That's some place that we're going to go. Gordon, Yandi Amande, and Njai are the guys that we're looking at in that left wing position. And 2 elite midfielders are due to join. So that could be Anderson and Baliba. It could be Baliba and Wharton. Either way, we don't know. We're getting linked with different players all the time. And then he talks about the Zerbi. The Zerbi's definitely leaving in the summer and he's keen to coming back to the Premier League. Blah, blah, blah. Luis Enrique, all the news about him is fake. So I know you lot have been watching Indy Kayla and seeing what's going on. Indy Kayla's coming out here saying these little bits. But everything the skis have been saying is more or less fake. He just chats shit. You know what I mean? I don't even follow him no more. That's them there. That's Leticia there. She's the captain of the women's team. Bruno Fernandes. Skinner's right there. And then Carrick's in there as well somewhere. There he is. There. Bam. So, yeah, man. Big up the guys. I think, obviously, that might even be Fergie. Fergie might be over there as well. You know he's always supporting. Tonali. Obviously, we're not in the race at this stage, but no one's in the race at this stage. So, you're just telling us a whole load of nothing. He's obviously someone that we could go for. He can play as a 6 or 8. We want 2 midfielders. Elliot Anderson is our top priority. So, of course, we're going to go for him first. But if he says no, we're going to look around. We definitely want Prem proven. We saw what happened with Mbumo and Cunha, and that's what we're in for. Bruno Guimarães. Basically, there's an agreement with him and Newcastle that if a Champions League club comes in, all they've got to pay is 80 million. Do you understand? So that's all right. I'll be real. But I don't know if we go in for him just because of his age. You see our thing. We want to be at 20, 25, 26 mostly. He's 28 already. He just turned 28 in November. So I don't know if we go for him, but I think he's a baller, man. And yeah, I think he will definitely improve our team. Duels, physical, scores goals. And he's got the mentality as well. And he's a leader. He's the captain over there more times as well, I think, when Trippier's off. So, yeah, Bruno Guimarães, definitely a good shot. But it seems like Man City's in for him. So he's saying Man City, it's looking like Man City, then Man United. More Man City than Man United, but Elliot Anderson's in there as well. I can't see them getting both. Elliot Anderson's our top target. So it could be raw. They get Anderson, we get Guimarães, or vice versa. Who knows? But that's some good insight for us to know about, though. Enrique starts rubbish. This is our left wing targets, including Njai. That's from other people. Gordon's in there now. So that's 3 Newcastle players in one. Gordon, we spoke about. Now, Guimarães and Tonali. And think about it, bro. Isaac already cut out. They're not getting Champions League this season. It's not happening. And then a lot of them might just turn around and say, you know what? It's a myth. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So we'll see, man. The most important day in our calendar year. Old Trafford remembers the men that lost their lives in Munich. We got the way Carrick and Skinner. That's both for the managers, etc. And that's both for the captains. So, yeah, man. Rest in peace to the Busby boys, man. Trust me. And you know, we got the boys, we got them Tottenham Utes tomorrow morning, 12:30. So this is how I think, let me show you what the lineup that I think that we go with. I think we go exactly the same. I swear to you. I don't think he changes anything. It's been working. Keep it going. Bring on Sesko after hours, etc. Or we can do it, really, you could do it a different way where you put Sesko on, put Mboum on the right, put Sesko on, and then you bring Ahmad on as the pace later on. Or he can switch it up and then, do you know what I'm trying to say? But I feel like at the beginning, he feels like Romero and Van de Ven will probably swallow up Sesko. It'll be long. And you've got to think about it that we played Gabriel and Saliba, who are top centre-backs, with Mbeumo. We played Diaz and whoever else, the centre-back that they had in the Man City. I don't know if Diaz was there. He might have been injured. I don't know. But we played that with Mbeumo. So we're looking, I think he looks at it and says, who the centre-backs are going to be? Romero and my man? Nah, there's no point because it's going to let's just put speed there. There's no point putting that centre-back that's going to be someone that they can grab onto and be physical with. So that's why I think he just goes with the same team. I'll be real. So that's my team for it. I'll get a few more of these chats, etc. But let me know if you'd rather have Sesko or you'd rather have Mbeumo up top. Who's the PSG manager? Imagine him at Man United. Yeah, Enrique's cold, man. Everyone wants him, but I don't think it's going to happen. Crazy. With Tottenham injuries, we should get a result. We don't need a target man up front, that dynamic front line. Exactly. That's what I just said. That's what I thought he's going to do. We don't have a no. Trust me. I won't lie to you. If only referee decision that can defeat us at the moment, we are flying high match. Exactly. Dallo don't do nothing dumb. No one does no stupid tackles where they get sent off. I reckon they could get sent off, if anything. When you look at their team, they've got a lot of players that just play with passion and they just do bozo things. When you look at someone like Romero and my man, look at that. This is what they went with last time. Romero, Bissouma, come on. It wasn't like this. It was like this probably. But yeah, Bissouma, this guy is yellow card. He just stumbles across you all the time. They've got a lot of bozos that will just get sent off for no reason. So let's say Van de Ven's back. You put Van de Ven in there. That's their only threat. That's the only guy that I look at and say is Van de Ven. Because he's fast. He always gets back and makes that last-ditch tackle. Always. He never misses that last-ditch tackle and gives away a penalty. Romero will give away a penalty. You know what I'm saying? Paulina might give away a penalty, but Van de Ven, he's dilly. And that three there, they can all defend. But them two on the side, these two are too passionate, where they will give away yellow cards. They might give us a penalty. They might get a red card. And Vicario, he's been on terrible form. Terrible. They're dissing him every minute. That's one thing I've been seeing is they're dissing up Vicario. Like, bruv, he couldn't save anything. You know what I'm saying? Let's see his form recently. Look at that. Terrible. Only had a good game against Palace, which they won, and they're 2 draws. So you never know. He could turn up tomorrow, but he hasn't been on his best form. Do you know what I'm saying? Has not been on his best form at all. So that's the situation, my peoples, man. Smash the likes. I will be here with my 10-minute video around 10 o'clock. Maybe after the Leeds game, I'll post it straight away. So whatever comes out from now till then, I will definitely think you'll definitely be here. And whatever you've missed as well, if you've just come in, then you'll see it. Look at this. Look, this is the Walter May thing. Look at this. He's trending, so I clicked onto it and they've gone, look, his first 12 applications, his first 12 appearances, 6 goals in all competitions. In his last 12, no goals. They're onto him. when you dropped 266 million on Alanga, Ramsey, Fior, Walter Maid, and Wissa, please do not whine about financial rules ever again. Yeah, it's crazy. Walter Maid is Newcastle's future. Now they're dissing Eddie Howe. They're saying Eddie Howe's system is a problem. Walter Maid missed none of these chances, but let's blame him for conceding 3. Look at the chances they're missing at the moment. Willock, Gordon, Wissa, and Alanga. Crazy. Crazy. I will never turn against Walter Maid. So they're just in a toxic place at the moment. And long may it continue, bro. Yeah? But yo, love my peoples, man. Appreciate all of you. Look, 10-minute update, 9, 10 o'clock. Look out for it. Love. And I might be here for a watch-along tomorrow. We'll see.
What's some celebs pull up local? You know we up next, pull up mobos. They don't see, they on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo now. But for now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud. I'm more loud.